Hi everybody, this is Tamika Hall from Motherhood and Stilettos, and I know that you're usually used to me coming to you with really funny and cheeky videos about motherhood, but there really was a time when motherhood was not fun for me. And I actually had to kind of start looking for those things that were funny about this job that we have as moms. I would look at other mothers and they seemed to really love being a mom, and they were saying, well, this is the best job that I could ever have. And for me, it was hard. The reason why I'm making this video, I'm making it talking about my own bout with postpartum depression, is because I was inspired by the Alanis Morissette story that I just did on my motherhood column with the Examiner, where she actually opened up about it. And even though I think that there are people that are opening up about it, I don't think that enough women are talking about what it's like, what it means to be going through postpartum depression. I remember having my daughter, it was my youngest daughter. I had her, and it was just very difficult. I mean, I had her in 2007, and at the time I had gotten married to my husband. We were a blended family. I came with a daughter, he came with 2 sons, and I went from having 1 child to 4 of them in less than a year. I mean, a month after we got married, I found out that we were pregnant with this child, and I was starting a new career as a teacher, so that was very overwhelming for me. I'm starting, I was in a marriage again. This was my 2nd time being married, and everything was just very overwhelming, and it was very difficult. And so at the time that I became pregnant, I really didn't think that it was something that I could handle. And after I had her, I really went through just feeling very inadequate. In my article, Alanis Morissette actually talks about the physical pain of her depression. And for me, that's actually what happened to me as well. I mean, it was to the point where I was not eating. I ended up losing about 20 pounds. I wasn't eating, and there were other issues that went in with that because, my daughter couldn't have milk, so I didn't know what to eat. So that was very upsetting for me, after I'd had this child and I'm trying to nurse, that now here I am, I don't know what to eat. So I just really didn't eat anything. I pretty much would kind of just eat a little bit of salad here and there, but most salad dressings have milk in them. And so it was just very difficult. And then I was told I needed to stop nursing her, and I didn't want to do that because I felt like being a good mom meant that you nursed your child, you gave them the very best of what you had. I would sit and tell my husband in the middle of the night when I wasn't getting sleep, oh, I just wish that I could just throw myself out of this window. And it just took a major toll. It was very difficult for me. I felt like I was going crazy half of the time. The one thing that I didn't do that Alanis talks about is that she went and she sought professional help. It's not that the help wasn't available to me. I didn't talk to anyone about it. I wasn't really telling people, I feel like I want to jump out of a window. I feel like I want to hurt myself. Instead, I was internalizing the things that were happening. I wasn't even talking to my husband. And what ended up happening was one day I was in the middle of teaching class, and my heart had been hurting. Like every few minutes it would just tighten up really, really bad and loosen and tighten up. And I'm 26 years old right now, and my heart had tightened up just a few too many times, and I was rushed away from school to the emergency room. I had CAT scans done, and came out that it was stress, but I really think that it was related to just being very unhappy with my life at that time. And nobody really picked up signs that I could have been in the middle of depression. And I really didn't know the words to verbalize what I was feeling. So I say all that to say that if you find yourself doing things that are just totally out of the ordinary of who you are, I would encourage you to seek help. I mean, maybe it's not going to be an actual therapist, but talk to your pastor, talk to, your mom, or just somebody, a friend that can really mentor you through this. Because I'm going to tell you, if we women start talking about it more, we're going to find out that we're really not alone. I mean, at one point I thought I was going to have to be on medication. And I went and asked for medication, but I didn't talk about what my issue was. I ended up not taking it because I felt like, me taking medication was not going to help me. But again, I think if we start talking about it as women, and we start seeing that in the middle of this little bundle of joy that we've had, that really does change our whole life. It really does. That there are fun moments in that. And so that's where Motherhood and Stilettos has come from. It's come from me needing to see the humor that goes into being a mom. All those funny things that they say, the funny things that we say to them. And hopefully this video has helped you. If you should, I encourage to comment below, like this video on YouTube. And until next time, this is Tamika Hall with Motherhood and Stilettos.